Welcome to Ask Hypnotica 65. Today, we are going to talk about Mother's Day. Actually, it's not really, but it is Mother's Day, so if you have a mom and she did good for you and things like that, go give her a big kiss, tell her you love her, and you appreciate her bringing you into the world with a little dash of semen from your dad. So, you're lucky. Anyways, here we go. You wouldn't be listening to this if you weren't welcome to the world. So, that's the reason you're here today. We're going to talk about compliments. This is a tricky little game here when it comes to compliments because a lot of guys completely screw this up. And I want to make sure that you understand that there is a way to give compliments and there's a way not to give compliments, okay? And there's some fine lines in between. So hopefully you to get the distinctions between the two to help you do it in a right way or in a fun, flirtatious way, because that's really the best way to do it when you are giving compliments, okay? The biggest problem guys make, and it's embarrassing, okay? Like I sit there and I watch guys do this, and it's not only embarrassing, but it's awkward, all right? And I want to make sure that when you guys do this kind of stuff that you understand what's going on, all right? So here is the wrong way to give a compliment. A lot of guys come up to girls and they look at her and they go, "You're so beautiful." And then they sit there and they don't say anything. And the girl's like, "Thank you." And then it's like the conversation just gets weird, all right? And you got to understand something. Like, you never want to put a girl in a situation where she feels awkward, okay? She didn't really ask to come up and be put in that situation. It's like if a girl walked up to you and said, "Hey, you're rich." You'd be like, okay, yeah, I guess so. Okay, cool. Now what? All right. Don't do that, okay? Like, be a little bit unique. Be a little bit more creative. Have a little bit more fun doing it. And remember, if you're going to give a compliment, I like to hide compliments. I like to deliver them within another message. Okay, that's the best way to come across. Now, you can be super direct and give confidently a compliment to a woman if you've developed this high-level power and you know who you are and what you're about, and you have some certain level of social acuity and calibration to the world. So compliments, like I said, are tricky because if you do them wrong, then you get put in a weird situation. If you do them right, hey, everything's good. Now, when I give a compliment, I never want to put my balls on the chopping block. And what I mean by that is I never want to commit too much, okay? I don't want to, like, say, like, this is it, like, you're my world, okay? She's not, okay? She's not your world at all. She probably won't be your world ever. And she probably won't be your world even if you, like, get involved with her for at least 6 months. It's usually what it takes to get to know a person, okay? So you don't even really know the person. So you're just complimenting superficial stuff. If she meets your visual proportions of what you like and everything's good, cool, first level, but it's a very superficial level. So, like I said, if you're going around and you're like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and you just walk up to her, she's like, "Thanks." Okay, cool. Like, is she really beautiful? She's thinking, okay, is this guy that superficial? Like, he's just complimenting on my looks, okay? And I know my looks are probably going to go in time, so what else is there? Do you got anything else better? Now, if you're doing a compliment, like I said, and I go back to this philosophy, like if you were ever like in elementary school or junior high or high school, and let's just say you were looking at a girl and you were thinking to yourself, okay, a lot of guys do this, wow, she's super hot, but I'm not going to talk to her, okay? But all of a sudden, like, someone passes you a note that says, "Hey, Becky over there thinks you're cute." Okay, and then all of a sudden now you're like looking at her and you've got a different type of confidence and you're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" You open it up. Okay, it's the same way with that. Remember, women are just as insecure as men on certain levels. So if you're going to give a compliment, all right, don't put her on the line, but hide it. Okay, it's like this. Here's the analogy, all right? Let's just say that there's a dog. You got a dog, okay? And if you're unfortunate, you got a cat. I only say this kind of stuff because my friend Matt watches this and he's got a cat and we have this dog-cat war going on, okay? Cats are just... I don't get it, okay? Anyways, if he's watching this, Matt, remember, cats have a very small brain, all right? Anyways, so what we're doing is when we're doing this, and we want to hide it in a message. And so, like I said, if it's very blatant, if I just come out and go, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous," okay, that kind of makes you feel weird. If you're a dog, and I'm like, I got this pill, and the vet's like, "Hey, he's got to take this pill every single day." Have you ever tried forcing a pill down an animal's throat to get them to do it? Okay, it's a nightmare. Okay, they try to bite you, they scratch you, especially cats because they're vicious beasts. Okay, they're just vicious. They'll scratch you, and they didn't scratch you for no reason. Okay, but if you have to feed it, like, you got to open their mouth and you got to put it in. Okay, and think of that as like the compliment. You're gonna like open it up and you're gonna put that compliment in. All right, and that's what you want to do. If you're able to put it in a message, like if you want to get a pill for your dog to swallow, how do you do it? Most people are like, "Oh, you got to open it up and stuff it down there." Okay, it's not a pleasant situation, okay, and that can correlate to dating or compliments as well. But if I take like a little piece of meat and I put that pill inside the meat and I offer it to it, the dog's going to eat it, okay? It's just like, all All right, and then that's the way it goes, and the pill's done. Okay, easy way to do it. If you're giving a compliment, like a lot of times, and what I was talking about earlier is like, have you ever noticed that if like a person all of a sudden thinks that you're cute or something like that, and then all of a sudden like the filters open up? Well, women need to know that too. They need to know that maybe they think that you think that they're attractive. So it's better to put it across than not put it across, because maybe in her mind she's thinking, oh well, he doesn't like me, she's insecure. Okay, so you got to let them know, and you got to let them know in a kind of playful, flirtatious way, but a very nonchalant way too, just to open up what I consider the gaps, okay, the filters a little bit. So if I'm talking to a girl and I'm like flirting and fun and she's cute and I want to let her know that, hey, I think she's attractive, no, I will hide it within a message. Say I'm talking to her like this and I'll just look at her and go, God, you're fucking gorgeous. Like, you know what, if I was you, okay, I'd be super fat. And she'll be like, look at me and she'll go, what do you mean? I'd be super fat because I know if I had your looks, like, gorgeous, okay, you're gorgeous. But I know I'd be getting free dinners every night from different guys, and I'd be eating all kinds of shitty food, being taken out. Like, I'd be really fat. So you're doing a good job with that. I'm giving you a compliment right there, okay, because I would totally screw that up, okay? So by doing something like that, like having fun and flirtatious in there, what did I do? I basically, through a non-threatening way, I basically just said, hey, I think you're gorgeous. But I was able to go around it. Now, if I just said, hey, I think you're hot, there's that moment of like awkwardness. Well, okay. But what I did is I offered a compliment, but yet I continued, okay? Or I could ask a question. I'd say, you know, you got beautiful teeth. Your dentist has got to be stoked to have you as a model for him. You ever find that that's true? Does he ever compliment you on that? So I gave another compliment, but I followed up with a question, so it didn't like hold into that weird awkwardness, okay? But what it did is it opened up her filter, so maybe if she was thinking, well, I think he's cute too, now it's like safe for her to go, okay, you know what, he thinks I'm cute, he thinks I'm gorgeous, cool. I don't have to be afraid to get rejection if I tried to maybe open up a little bit to him, or maybe I get a little flirtatious with him. He opened the door for me, and that's a way to do it. So I want you to remember that, because it's a very powerful way of doing things like that. Just give the compliment, move on, slide it in there, put it in the meat, okay, put the meat inside, let her swallow it, put the meat inside, let her swallow it, all right, and then move on, okay, continue it. And you can have fun like that, because that's the whole point of this thing. It's not about being weird. It's not about like going up there and going, oh my God, like you're like some psychopath, like, oh, you're so gorgeous. Like, that's weird, dude, really weird. Okay, guys would like it because they'd be like, oh, okay, cool, let's go fuck. Okay, women are a little different than guys, all right? So understand, have some couth, okay? Have a little strategy and make it fun. Be able to drop it in there subtly. That's the key, because the whole ability to have fun and flirt and to give compliments like that is a fun thing. Now, if you're in a power position, okay, and like I said, you know what you want, you're successful, you got all kinds of things, you know, you can walk up there. If you know that you can influence a person powerfully and you have that ability, this is like advanced level stuff where you could walk up there and you could be very straightforward, you could be very grounded, and you can say that compliment to her, because there's another level of this advanced being able to say things like that if you have that powerful structure, that foundation within you, where you can just walk right up to a woman and just say, you're fucking gorgeous, and look her right in the eye, and then when she blushes, and say, now why are you blushing, okay? And then you notice things like, this is the calibration I always talk about. And all of a sudden she's getting fidgety, and you're like, now why are you fidgeting? You're not nervous, are you? You know, you're being there. It's a very powerful, intense situation, and that can be successful as well if you're being able to play with it. Like I said, you know, now look at you. Now you're smiling, you're blushing, and look at you, you're even prettier than you are before you were, because you have this nice glow about you now. And stop moving. You grab her hands, and you're like, relax. It's okay. You know, we're here. It's okay to be called gorgeous. It's okay to be sexy and things like this. Okay, can we agree on that? That it's okay for you to do that? Okay, that's very power. Okay, you should be able to develop that, because there are times that you need that, and it can be extremely powerful and successful if you do it. If you don't have the skills, then, like I said, do the lighter mode and just kind of throw it in there and compliment on it. And you don't give too many compliments, but just open up the door for her. See how she responds. If she responds where she smiles, you know, when you say that, and she's getting along with the easier one where you're flirting and you're just saying it in there and you're like, oh my God, you're gorgeous. Like, you got to get free food all the time. Like I would. I'd be a total slut. Okay, that's just the way I'd be. You know, and she's playing back with her. Then now you have that banter. You've kind of brought it back a little bit with flirtatious. You've got into that sizzle mode a little bit. And if she's playful with it, then go with it. Continue, okay? Be a little bit more charming. Be a little bit more flirtatious, okay? Because that's where the fun is. This whole thing should be about fun. This shouldn't have to be like intense or anxiety, which all you guys do. I'm going to get rejected. Okay, I don't know how to flirt. Listen, giving a compliment in a very playful way is a good thing. Okay, it's something that is going to enhance your life on multiple layers. Being able to compliment people, it's a good thing. Just make sure you compliment in a good way, all right? Because any other way, it's going to just be weird out there. So if there's something that you can do this week, is I want you to go up, you may talk to a girl. When you're talking to her, just go, my God, you got the most beautiful lips in the world. Like, you should be the cover makeup model for Clairol makeup or whatever kind of business this is. I'm like, you'd make $1 million with those nice luscious lips. Those are amazing lips. I mean, here, if I give you some like lipstick and stuff like this, would you kiss a napkin just to see what it looks like? That's amazing. Look at those lips. Play with it. Okay, have fun. Do something like that. Give a compliment, but just keep on going like it was no big thing. It should be like nonchalant. All you want to do is open the door. So if there's one tip I want you to do this week to go out there and be successful and drop a good compliment, drop a compliment within a story, like a dog, put that little pill in the meat, have her swallow the meat, and you're going to be good to go. So like I said, it's Mother's Day. I got to get out of here. I got to go visit my mom, be a good son. Oh, and by the way, if you want to ask a question, remember, go to askhypnotica@gmail.com. Put it in. If I can go through and see that I like your question, I'll answer it. Other than that, enjoy your day, and we will talk soon. Hypnotica out. Pow!